Well, we've got the Champions League coming up this weekend. Like Azul mentioned, it's going to be in kind of like a weird format that we're never going to have. I mean, I guess it's weird to us, but it's not weird to them. It's just their standard format, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They've got the cards
Business
from
as
Heat
usual.
Wave. They do not have the cards from the Team Rocket set. There will probably be more cards revealed during the Champions League for the Team Rocket set. Um, we still haven't seen any dark type Team Rocket Pokemon. So maybe we'll see that this weekend, what a dark type Team Rocket Pokemon could be. A
I feel like the
coughing or wheezing or an Arbok, something like that.
yeah, I feel like there's gotta be something, right? Like, it only makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the rocket energy literally provides psychic or dark energy, and we've only
Yeah.
seen psychic, so we're gonna see a darkness type. Like
It's
it's
on
just
the way
going to
for sure.
happen.
Yeah, it'd be weird if there wasn't, for sure. So yeah, we got some stuff coming up for sure. But I think we should definitely jump in, do a little City League watch, right? Take a look at what is being successful over at the City Leagues, which is the like effectively a League Cup size tournament for anyone who doesn't know over in Japan. Although it is a lot more interesting because they're always ahead of us in the format. It's something of a what's the word I'm looking for? Mm, can't think of the word. People definitely put more value into City League results than they should, for sure, on average. But they basically are just League Cups at the end of the day.
What happened here?
Broken deck. They had it redacted because that's it. K1 VA is going to win Champions League this weekend with their
Also,
broken
what is
redacted
this
deck.
person's name?
Um, I mean, it's got to just be like an import thing that's going on, I would imagine.
All right. Well, I mean, my first thing that I'm noticing just scrolling through and looking at this real quick, there's a lot of Raging Bolt winning these things.
Yeah. One thing I will say with that though as well is that was kind of the exact same thing we saw when Journey Together first was released. When they first got Journey Together, Raging Ball was winning a lot. But that didn't remain to be true, I think, as things developed. And even right now, Raging Bolt doesn't seem that it seems fine as a deck, but it doesn't seem that popular.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's fine. Yeah, it doesn't seem that popular though right now. Even right now, it doesn't seem that popular. So we'll see if that maintains. My guess would be no. I don't think Raging Bolt's going to be like the. I wouldn't be surprised to see zero Raging Bolt in top cut because I think when things get a little bit more competitive, the it feels just like is it one of those decks still where like the better players are just not going to play it, which is always going to hurt
Yeah,
something's
but there also was that
potential.
one Champions League where Raging Bolt was like half of top cut.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, was it the one where it won?
Yeah.
That is true.
Let me find it.
It had its moment once. Will it have its moment again? I guess.
It's true. It's had its moment. It was like the one that was right before an AIC, I feel like.
Yeah, I think you're. Was so? Was that the first time Raging Bolt was
Or was it
legal?
Japan Championships?
I think it was the championships
It
because I think
was
the
the Japan Championships.
'cause I think Lugia won. No, no, no. Oh, what? Raging Bolt did win a Champions League. Now that you mentioned it,
Let me see. So there
maybe it wasn't
was
most of the cut though.
that was
Yeah,
expanded Champions League
Lugia did win
edge.
the Lugia did win the Japan Championships.
No, this is the I mean, unless it was one after the Japan Championships, Champions League Tokyo. Yeah, this is the one that it won.
There we go. Okay, didn't dominate. There's a couple in there
Didn't
though.
quite dominate, yeah.
Did pretty good. Did a little bit better at the other one. There was foreign cut. This is
Yeah.
just when what's it called came legal. So this was like the Chinchino Lugia just became a thing.
Yeah.
Ogerpon just released for Raging Bolt, and it did okay. Lugia did really good, I guess. Lugia dominated, to be
Yeah, it's
fair.
when Legacy Energy came out.
Mhm. Yeah.
Chinchino had been around. It was Legacy Energy that was new, I think.
I think we just got Chinchino, didn't we?
No, no, it was Legacy Energy. Chinchino had been around.
Really? So had we been playing
Yeah,
Lugia Chinchino
people
for a
were
while?
playing Master Ball, bro.
Oh, that is true, and that's we had Chinchino then as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Lugia just not feel as good back then? I don't even remember. But yeah, that was definitely a big upgrade for the deck was getting the Legacy Energy. That's right, yeah, people have been playing Lugia Chinchino for a while. You're right, you're right.
I know. But yeah, lots of Raging Bolt has been doing well. That was where let me go back to this one list. Is the Ditto a standard thing? I feel like I haven't seen that in like every single list, but that's one of my
Um,
like favorite combos with the fan Rotom is like being able to go get the Ditto to go get whatever you want on turn one.
yeah, I don't know if I feel like Ditto should be in basically every Fan Rotom deck. It feels like it hasn't been all the time, but like most Phantom Noctowl decks that I've seen recently have been playing. And it makes sense in Raging Bolt as well, specifically because there is these the Raging Bolt and the Ogerpon specifically are such massive Pokemon to be able to get out of your deck more efficiently. So it feels like not playing Ditto in here would be like really bad, to be honest. It would just be bad to not play the Ditto in here. Now you don't always like if you go second, you might not want to leave a two prize interactive, but you don't have to get the Ditto, right? You can just not get the Ditto. But when you go
Yeah,
first or when you go second and you're not under that much of a threat, then getting the Raging Bolt or the Ogerpon interactive is a pretty big deal.
definitely.
Also becomes like a search out, honestly, for the potentially the well, also going second is not that bad either because it becomes a Raging Bolt that's interactive and you can attack turn one then potentially, right?
So besides the Raging Bolts, it feels like second place, lots of Dragapults,
Yeah, or Chaladon as well, to be
and then
honest, top of it.
Archaladon was gonna be number 3, I think. Just quick glances is kinda what it looks like as far as, like, what has been winning these events, and it's not, like, just the full meta
So a lot
here.
of the decks we already looked at don't have any new cards in them. The big new card from Heat Wave is definitely the Typhlosion, which has made its way into a ton of decks, even Dragapult.
Yeah.
It feels like I remember you said this when we memed about it the 2 weeks ago now. You were like, when Golden Go first got revealed, you're like, you compared it to Zorark, which
Yeah.
is obviously absurd and still is absurd. But
Come on.
Golden Go has gotten a lot. Golden Go, just like Zorark did in the past. Zorark GX, for anyone who's wondering, not Zorark EX. GX in the past had a ton of partners, right? Played with Gliscopod, Lycanroc, Control. There's other stuff as well. We're seeing that with Typhlosion. Typhlosion is being played by itself, or no, like Golden Go. Golden Go was like played by itself. There's Golden Go Dragapult. There's Golden Go Typhlosion. Golden Go to Dunsparce. Um,
There's
yeah,
Golden
Typhlosion
Go
is that.
nothing right here, it looks like.
If you click on some of these top 16s, you'll find some Golden Go Typhlosions for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Typhlosion has made its way into like a couple decks, and even by itself is a deck as well.
Oh, and here's some of this, the we joked about this too whenever we first read these cards. It was like, "You're not even gonna play the Typhlosion line in the Ho-Oh
Yeah.
Mag Cargo deck," and that's literally what people are doing.
Yeah, there's just no room for it at all, which makes a ton of sense. There's no room for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Looks like a couple of different Garchomp lists here, and this one is kind of interesting. So, and is a little different than the first time we looked at some of these results from Cynthia's Garchomp. Hang on, where oh right here, like the this
Frostlass build.
Frostlass build has popped up. Frostlass, Monkey Dory, Garchomp.
Dude, that's such a more boring way to play the deck. Like you don't even play the rose right. That just doesn't like. Yeah, I don't. It feels worse to me personally when I look at this. I'm like, bro, we're not even playing the owner's cards. Like the rose right can't
Well,
be played in anything else.
well, just because it's like maybe a little bit less cool doesn't mean it's worse.
No, for sure, for sure. It probably is the better way to play the deck. Um,
One of these
yeah.
guys had Roserade in it. Hold up. Yeah, this guy's got Toad Scroll and Roserade.
Ooh, the Skrull. Let's go.
Now, what is this guy for right now?
Raging Bolts. It's number one.
Yeah,
But honestly, if you look at the Raging Bolt list, they're not playing that much recovery. But to get through multiple Garchomps, they probably need the recovery. Despite Garchomp is weak to grass, right? But it
yeah,
only has 3 on it. It's got 330 HP, so it's still hard for Ogerpon to take this thing down.
yeah. I mean, you discard your energy when you attack as well. Like,
Yeah, yeah. If you do the big attack, for sure, yeah. So
so they're gonna have a hard time KOing you. We got a Hops deck here that did well. Got a dub.
yeah, that's like
Have
another deck.
did you play with Hops yet?
I have, yeah, I have played with Hops. Hops is another deck where it feels pretty good. I think Hops is waiting for the meta to be pretty narrow though, in one direction because I feel like the wide meta for Hops is not great. It is very much. It is not like a Dragapult or a Gardevoir where it can like tech for everything and has game plans for everything, or even like Enzork feels like it can like beat anything. This deck has some bad matchups. Hopsation definitely has some bad matchups. So if the meta gets a little bit more narrow, like just like kind of Dragapult, like if Dragapult really starts to dominate, I think that would be like a deck that the Hopsation deck really wants to see kind of take over the meta because then I think there'd be room for Hopsation in the to be a competitor in the format. But I think yeah, the deck is solid. I think it's pretty good, but I think the meta is too wide right now for it. So it's kind of waiting for stuff to stabilize maybe a little bit after Atlanta in the right direction. I think Hops could be a pretty good play.
And couple Charizard lists here, not that many. I don't think it's
Tougher
too
Zard out here.
surprising. Yeah, we've talked about Charizard a little bit of like It just seems tough for it right now. This is like a Pidgeot plus Noctowl build, which is kinda interesting.
Yeah.
Messagoza Stadium. I don't know
What?
about that. I don't know about that one.
I mean, maybe you just need a counter stadium for something, and you may as well flip a coin for a Charizard or a Pidgeot, like, sure.
Nah,
I
I
don't
get
hate
the
it, I don't hate it.
Artisan in there.
We see double team Evo, I think, in all these builds, though. They're going straight to the full on Evo. I did a little bit of theorying, this last week, or a couple days ago, yesterday. I think Rabska seems really good right now. The top 2 decks, Terrabox, Dragapult, the way Terrabox gets their edge in the prize exchange is using Water Pawn. And I was like, what is the best partner for Rabska? Something self-sufficient and just kinda gets it done by itself? The answer could be Charizard. Charizard, Rabska, there might be something there.
If you wanna see
I don't
Charizard
know.
Rabska in action as well,
But I think Charizard's pretty bad in general, but Rabska could be the missing piece.
we got the new, Uncommon Energy video. Check that one out. See a little Rabska Charizard na you were just ahead of your
Yeah.
time with that one, you know?
Maybe I was. Honestly, yeah, maybe I was. I'm not gonna
The
spoil anything. I
problem
was about to spoil something, but I'm not gonna spoil
the
anything.
problem, though, is, like, if you play against a Dragapult deck, like, they're just going to KO it with Dusknoir.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you need a 2-2. Like, you need to be able to have a Rabska and like, a second Rabska in play to deal with Dusknoir if you can't Gust KO it. Um, and then you just kinda can chain Rabskas from there theoretically.
They can also
Is it good
boss
enough?
KO.
Yeah, they can also boss KO. Is it good enough? I don't know, but I don't know. It makes it hard for them to deal with it. A lot of the Dragapult lists right now are like some of them aren't even playing boss, but it's like a lot of them are playing like 3 counter catcher from what I saw at like the most recent Doom tournament. I guess that could have been something we looked at. Maybe we'll look at that going into Atlanta next weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We'll
but
definitely
yeah,
spend next week's episode the majority of next week's episode, we'll be talking about Atlanta for sure,
yeah.
and we'll go super
Um,
deep into, like, online tournament results and stuff.
but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of. I feel like there's always we look at the City League results, but I feel like at the actual Champions League we see more than just the League results. We see like the evolution of the meta that's happening, like, among the players talking and maybe
Yeah.
some of the more recent City League results. You don't really fully see that until a major tournament happens. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
mean
really see the evolution of the meta happen. Like, you can't really see it through City League results and League Cup results. You gotta wait for the major tournament to happen. So this is stuff to, like, look at and kinda take in a little bit. But it's all building up towards the Champions League tournament this weekend.
and we saw that with this last Champions League, right? Where kind of the two biggest decks in Top Cut were Stall and Terrabox, which were both decks like Stall you saw a little bit at City Leagues, but it wasn't like super big. And then it dominated the Champions League. And then the Terrabox deck was basically a rogue deck almost for the tournament,
Yeah.
where like it was not on the radar at all. And then tons of great players played it.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, hopefully we see more of that. I'm excited to see what else players have cooked up going into this weekend. I'm just excited to watch some more Pokemon in general, man. I'm just like I'm loving the Pokemon TCG right now. Like there was that little bit of that lull, I feel like a month ago now, but it's kind of over. Everything's in swing week after week. It's all coming up. New sets, new formats, major tournaments. So I'm really excited for this weekend and next weekend. These back to back majors. What's after that? There's like another no, then we have like a week off. There's major tournaments, there's no like stream or anything
Let's
the
get it.
following weekend.